Hey guys, The Mole and
White Bread.
Late Night Reviews with White Bread and The Mole. We just got back from seeing Batman v Superman
Dawn of Justice.
And we're a little bit divided, which is okay.
Because Blair doesn't know, Mole, he doesn't know how to have a good time.
No,
okay.
I had a good time. I enjoyed the movie. I just have more negative things to say about it than you do, I guess. But I mean, I'm not going to be overly harsh. Some of the reviews you've probably seen on Rotten Tomatoes, like 30%, really bad. That's too much. You know, I have some problems with it, but it's not nearly that bad, so.
Well, you go first.
Let's start with you since you have less to say about it. I'm going to get this right here. Okay, go.
Okay.
Like what you liked about it, what you didn't like.
I really liked a lot of things. I felt that, first of all, the casting was great. You do not have to worry about Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne or Batman. He's really good. I've always liked Henry Cavill as Superman. Wonder Woman stole the show. And I honestly really liked Lex Luthor. He was different from the old movies, so if you're attached to that, get blown. Just grow up. It's a different movie, okay? Rant over. But I really felt that some people said, a lot of the problems with it, I think we share the same problem that it was disjointed. I think that would be his main problem. I didn't feel like it didn't really take me out of it though. The way people were talking is that it led me to believe that it just had shitty writing and everything. And I felt the writing was great. I felt that the editing could have used some work. It was edited weirdly. It jumps around a lot. But I never felt like I never felt confused. Like I always understood what was going on. And I never felt that they were packing too much in. They did put a lot into it. And perhaps too much, some might say, but I honestly never felt like it was just throwing stuff at me. I just felt like it was other things were used as plot devices.
Might I interject on one point, just real quick, and not without spoilers? I'm just going to say there is a certain sequence that was a bit confusing, and you tell me that you weren't confused at all by that?
No, well, I wasn't confused.
Really?
I understood it, yeah.
That one sequence. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I have a pretty good feeling.
We'll talk about that afterwards since we can't spoil it.
Specifically because I never felt really confused at all. The pacing wasn't good. That was the biggest problem. The pacing wasn't really good and it didn't really flow that well. But I never felt... I did feel that things were connected. I went into it and I was really worried and I was looking for bad things and there were bad things, but I didn't feel that they at all warranted the amount of shit some people have talked about this movie. So I liked it. I liked it quite a bit, actually. I liked it quite a lot. And I would honestly recommend it, although you can't just... I feel that too many people have these preconceived notions about what a perfect Batman versus Superman movie is, and whenever it doesn't meet their expectations, it's a bad movie, and I don't agree with that. So, if you go in with a blank slate, I think you'll enjoy it.
That's going to be hard for people to do, though, with all the discussions and reviews and all that. Okay, I agree. The casting was spot on. And I had reservations about Batfleck because I don't like Ben Affleck that much. And I thought I was going to hate his Batman, but I didn't. I loved it. He did perfect. Now, I don't know if I like him better than Christian Bale. I like the Nolan Batman. I do. But I do like this one, too. It was shot in a dark, Frank Miller-esque way. The costume looks great. Batfleck is good. The voice is really cool.
Yeah.
I know people bitched about Christian Bale's voice. I liked it. I thought that was unwarranted. Anyways, back to the Gal Gadot, however you say it. Gal Gadot. I've heard like 3 different ways to pronounce her name. She was a perfect Wonder Woman. even though we didn't get to see enough of her, I felt. And I'm looking forward to her solo movie. Henry Cavill as Superman was good. I'm not a big Superman fan, but for Superman, he did well. Lex Luthor, I liked Lex Luthor too. I mean, he was kind of unhinged, a little, ADHD maybe. He was a little shaky, little weird, but I liked it. It came off as he was
crazy,
yeah. And I thought that worked. I thought all the casting worked well. But the bad, I felt it was disjointed. I mean, it's cramming a lot of stuff in one movie. You can compare it to Marvel, how they did the Avengers. Each superhero had their own movie leading up to the Avengers. This one, you've got like 5 or 6 different ideas and stories going on at once. And it feels like there's cuts between and they don't jive together like they should. It's like you're supposed to have all these things in a blender and it was supposed to blend and make a nice, good tasting smoothie, but it ended up being a tossed salad. You had all these elements that were not blended effectively.
I disagree with you, but that's an excellent analogy. I'm going to use that.
Yeah, it was a tossed salad, and I felt it should have been a smoothie. But I didn't hate the movie. People are taking that disjointed, I understand that critique, but it wasn't enough to ruin the movie. I'll say that. I liked the movie. I just feel like it could have been better. And I don't know who to blame for that or what specifically was wrong with it. The acting was good. The story was okay. Maybe it was the story. Maybe I feel like they could have done the story plot lines or they could have laid it out in a smoother, more coherent way. And there was one sequence that was confusing, that it felt like a scene that should have been in Justice League that they're going to have, and they might address that in Justice League, but I felt like it did not belong in this movie. There were some things in this movie that I felt could have been taken out, and it could have been a better movie if they just took it completely out. And, I mean, it's called Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. There's 2 movies there. Batman v Superman, there's not a lot of that. And then there's Dawn of Justice. That could have easily been 2 different movies and been better for it. I mean, I'm not off the hinge, am I? I mean, no. These are valid criticisms.
It is very valid criticisms, and I get what you're saying.
Okay. At least we can agree that is that.
I agree that it's there. I just...
People are being too harsh. They're saying this ruins it or this ruins it. And okay, the final scene, the big fight. People are saying it's too flashy, too damaging, it's Michael Bay-ish. And it kind of is. But since Doomsday is involved, I can understand the destruction. So I mean, I'm not gonna nitpick at that.
Plus, I don't think, I mean, with that, it's supposed to be a very big fight, but I don't think they made it really unrealistic. I'll discuss with you some more after the video, because there are some things that I want to bring up, some problems with it, and some things I liked about it a lot, but anyways, I still felt that it was a really good movie, and that overall, if you like superhero movies, it's a very different superhero movie. So.
And I do kind of feel if you saw that final trailer, it did give away too much.
That's true. I do think
you saw most of the
much.
movie or most of the plot line in that trailer.
And I don't know whose decision that was, but I feel like that's with a lot of trailers these days, isn't it?
Yeah,
they just give away
it could
everything.
Have been done better.
But gotta get those ticket sales. Yeah. Gotta sell those 3D glasses. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up because we've both been kind of gushing for a little bit.
Yeah.
Could you give what's your out of 10 your rating for this movie?
we were looking at reviews before
Yeah.
this, and like on Rotten Tomatoes, which I do use sometimes, it's not foolproof. They're not always correct, but like the critics were scoring it 33%,
Mm-hmm.
and then the user score was 79.
Yeah.
I feel like that's fair.
Mhm.
I think a C or B rating is fair for this movie.
So you'd say like a 7?
I would say we usually grade 1 to 10,
Yeah.
so I'd say a 7.5, which is like a high C or a low B rating is what I'd give it.
That's actually interesting because I gotta give it an 8. So we're not really far off on our,
That's fair.
because I
Anywhere
think
between a 7 and 8 is fair.
Yeah, it's a good movie, but it is not without its flaws. And
But I am hopeful. I am looking forward to Justice League. I'm looking forward to a Ben Affleck directed Batman.
oh yeah,
A
same
Wonder
here.
Woman movie. I'm psyched. I mean, this movie could have been better, but it effectively psyched me out for future DC movies.
Yeah, I think that is probably the biggest problem with this movie. It's a good movie by itself, but altogether, it seems a little bit more like a very long trailer for Justice League.
It leaves you wanting much more.
So I mean, I guess in a way that is good. It leaves you wanting more. So
Also, we're not sponsored by Coke. I swear.
but Coke, if you want to give us a big old sack of cash,
Yeah. Coke,
Mwah.
better than Pepsi. Start a war in the
Okay.
company.
Okay, so I think we should wrap this up. So
this has been
late
Night Reviews with White Bread and the Mole. Bye.
Bye.
Go see it.